Real is a collection of true crime podcasts made by me, TV producer Naomi Channel.
Stuart Lubbock died after attending a party at Michael Barrymore's home.
What happened to Claudia Lawrence?
Killed in broad daylight. Jodie Jones had everything to live for.
From multi-part deep dive investigations to weekly single episodes, these audio documentaries tell some of the most unbelievable true crime cases. But these cases are real. Download for free now wherever you get your podcasts.
So thanks for making yourself available for this call. Now, as you know, I've done interviews with everyone, including you, just to get an insight into the base's workings and of the events on the night that Dr. Fairfield died. Yeah?
Yeah? Sorry, I didn't know that was a question, an actual question.
Yeah. And since completing these interviews, Detective Sergeant Balsara and I, we've been going through the witness statements in detail, and we have identified a number of things we'd like to revisit. So we're doing a second round of interviews with you and a number of others on the base.
But not everyone?
No, almost everybody. But I can also disclose to you now that we are treating the death of Dr. Fairfield as murder, and therefore this interview will be conducted under caution to ensure you're fully aware of your rights.
What does that mean?
Before we explain the caution, you need to know that you're not under arrest, and you can end this call at any time. You're entitled to free legal advice both prior to and during this interview, and I think Keone also has one of their lawyers who can act on your behalf if you wish. Alternatively, you can also use a lawyer of your choice, or if none of these are suitable, I can obtain a legal advisor from a list of independent lawyers who offer their services here in London. So, do you wish to have a lawyer present or speak with one before we start this interview?
No, let's just get it over with.
Okay, now we'll explain the caution. Sergeant, do the honours.
The official wording is, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Thanks. So this is the caution we use in England, which is the jurisdiction we're adhering to during this investigation.
Okay, it's all kind of heavy, isn't it?
Well, actually, it's to your advantage that you know this now, Greg. The caution means that you do not have to say anything in response to the questions we ask, but should you decide to remain silent, and then, if you are charged and this matter goes to trial, and you then give an account which you did not give in this interview, then the court can make an inference from your silence. They can basically ask, why didn't you say that during the interview?
You said charged, but that's not an option, right? I didn't do anything.
Listen, Greg, I realise this may seem a wee bit scary and sound, super official, but the reality is that these rights are there to protect you, yeah? And to ensure you are aware of what's going on, okay? So look, I need to ask you about certain inconsistencies we've identified, and so I've got a list of...
I haven't been inconsistent. Not once. I couldn't, I just told the truth.
No, that's fine, Greg, that's totally fine. We've got an open mind. These could be innocent mistakes with no attempt to deceive, okay?
Yeah, okay, fine.
For the recording, can you confirm your full name?
Gregory Rother Fortin.
And are you still okay for us to call you Greg?
Sure.
And can you state if anyone else is present with you at this time?
What do you mean?
Is there anyone else in the room with you, Greg?
No, I'm here alone.
Okay, thank you. To confirm, the time is 22:04 GMT on the 26th of June, 2023.
No, I really don't get what this is. You might charge me with something? I thought we'd done it all, gone through it all. I'm not hiding anything.
Well, then there won't be any problem, Greg.
We're not trying to trap you here. We just want to get everything straight, that's all. So, for the recording, my name is Detective Sergeant Naveen Balsara. I've been working on the case since the start. Mom?
Also present, Detective Chief Inspector Tessa McAllister, heading up Operation Antelope. Now, look, there's only a couple of things, really, that I wanted to talk about.
Okay, sure.
Well, since you and I spoke before, we've actually talked to Miss Carlson.
What do you mean?
Well, she's filled in a few blanks for us about what exactly happened between you two.
Nothing happened. That's actually the point. That is the whole point.
Yeah, but Dr. Fairfield was involved, wasn't he?
What do you mean? You mean he and Hira?
Oh, no. He was concerned for Hira Carlson. It was purely professional.
Concerned? What do you mean? I really don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, we believe that Dr. Fairfield spoke to Hira Carlson about you, Greg, and that you were aware of this.
Yeah, Yeah, I knew they had spoken about me.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us how you knew that?
I overheard their conversation.
Go on, please.
I was on my way to the lab and I heard them talking and I heard my name and yes, okay, I stopped. I listened in.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what they were saying?
Drew was saying that I was pressuring her. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel you were pressuring Miss Carson?
No, of course not. It's just two people.
But were you surprised to hear, though, that she felt pressured?
She didn't. I mean, she told Drew that it was just a bit of flirting. He got the wrong end of the stick, totally.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel that this was accurate on her part, that she did think it was just flirting?
Yes. Yes, 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 a million times yes.
Mm-hmm.
We just fucking flirted a bit. I was wondering if it might go a bit further, but she said no. I backed off. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
What has all this got to do with Drew's death?
There were quite a few text messages, Greg. Notes slid under Miss Carson's door.
Yeah, sure. Maybe that got a bit out of hand, a bit few too many. You can lose track with texting in a place like this. There's not much else to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't ever to pressure her. Fairfield, he didn't know what he was talking about.
And what about this paper flower garland thing you supposedly left at Miss Carson's door?
What about it?
Well, could you tell me why you left that there?
It was a gift. It was meant to be a nice thing.
Can you see, though, that she might have felt a bit pressured by it?
By origami? She felt pressured by Japanese paper folding? I don't think so. It was a bit of fun. I thought she might like it. Some girls do, you know? Obviously not these days, though. No, God knows how anyone is meant to date anyone anymore without being accused of something.
Mm-hmm. I have here a copy of some text messages you sent Miss Carson.
What?
As you know, we've been asking for everybody's phones, and some people have refused, but some have given us access, including Miss Carson.
Yeah, of course you did.
So on the 5th of May, you sent a message at 22:07, which reads, "You up?" There was no reply from Miss Carson. Then at 22:09, you sent, "Fancy some company?" Again, no reply. And at 22:16, you wrote, "I'm outside your door. All you need to do is open. We could have some fun." Again, no reply. So to repeat my question, Greg, can you see why Miss Carson might have felt a bit pressured?
Yeah. Fine, maybe. It's not my finest hour. Today, here, now, yes, I can see it comes across a bit creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd had a few beers that night, and we all text people stuff we shouldn't have when we've had a few.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a crime?
Well, harassment is classed as an offence under the Protection from Harassment Act of 1997. So.
Maybe I do need a lawyer.
Well, as we said at the start, if you wish to seek legal advice, Greg, we can stop at any time. Not a problem. You just say.
This is all getting out of hand. I want to help, I want to cooperate, but I just don't see what all this has got to do with Drew.
Well, were you worried that Dr. Fairfield may have considered reporting your behaviour with Miss Carson to Keone? I'm interested in that. Well, you said that you knew that Drew'd spoken to Hera, right? Was this conversation to ascertain whether there should be an official report filed with Keone Industries?
No, there was nothing going on. He didn't report it, did he?
No, he didn't.
Because there was nothing to report. Because it was just two mature adults interacting, seeing if they wanted to take it any further, then deciding not to. There's nothing wrong with that. No lines were crossed.
I'm not sure if Hera felt the same way, because she did seem to feel harassed enough for people to feel that they should raise the subject with her.
And you're saying, okay, let's just get this straight. You're saying I killed Drew because of that? Are you serious? I mean, are you actually serious?
It also seems that Miss Carson was disappointed that Drew, Dr. Fairfield, didn't report the issue to Keone, that she would have actually liked some support in this.
Well, so did she do it? Kill him? Drew didn't report me because there was nothing to report, for fuck's sake.
Well, we have Dr. Fairfield's audio notes here.
Are
which
you
actually
trying
sho-
to make me out to be some sort of predator prowling the corridors of Bowers Wilson? Jumping on women?
No, Greg, not at all.
I made her a flower garland.
Do you want to take a moment, Greg? Look, I'm sorry if we gave you that impression. If you need a wee break, that's absolutely fine with me.
Apology not fucking accepted.
Well, listen, Greg, in a way it doesn't really matter to this investigation whether you did anything reportable or not. What matters to us is if you thought Drew might report you. That's what I'm getting
I had
at.
no idea. I had no reason to think he would because I wasn't doing anything. I had nothing to worry about. I do not have any reason. I'm not even going to say it out loud.
Yeah, but what about when you overheard him speaking to Hira Carlson about your behaviour? Did that not worry you? Was that not making you anxious?
I heard him pushing her a bit, and she said it was all fine. She told him. I heard it. That's the point. She said it was nothing because it was.
Yeah, but do you think Dr. Fairfield believed her? I mean, he was a
What does that
behavioural
matter?
scientist.
What does that matter? She said it was nothing. He didn't report it. Why am I going to kill him for that?
Greg, we're not suggesting you did.
So why the hell are we talking about this? It's kind of private, you know. So now I'm going to go down in the records as some sort of sex pest. Great, all because some Danish female turns out to be ice cold.
Norwegian.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I can assure you that everything discussed in these interviews is entirely confidential, Greg.
Oh, yeah, right. I know everything's going straight back to Keone.
No, I can assure you that it's
They'll
not.
never give me another placement. Not after this. Not after they hear I was interviewed twice. That's on my record now, forever. Thanks for that. Thanks a whole bunch.
Okay, look, maybe it's best if I pass over to my colleague for the next few questions, Sergeant.
Okay, sure. So, Greg, we do also want to ask you a bit more about an argument that you had with Dr. Fairfield.
What?
Well, in Drew's diary, he said that you had confronted him about the fact that your girlfriend, Shani, is that right? She didn't get a place on the base, but Maria Flores did.
Oh my God, we went over this. Detective, didn't we go over this?
You did confront him.
No, I did not confront him. God, the way you people twist things. Fact is, okay, full disclosure, I got a bit drunk. I got a bit jealous seeing Fairfield with Maria, being all lovey-dovey. Okay, that is not the right word.
So you were jealous about him being with Maria?
No, Christ. No, not my type at all. The whole Latin thing? No. I got myself into a snit, seeing him there with Maria and me not having anyone. It doesn't make sense, I realize. It's all crazy. And anyway, she's dumped me. Shani.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And this was before you confronted Dr. Fairfield?
No, this was recently. Sent me an email. She's moved in with our professor, the guy who runs the lab.
Ah, I see. Well, I am sorry to hear that, Greg.
That thing with Maria and Drew, you've got to realize it was the beer talking. That's all.
I see. Okay, well, doing the dates math here, Greg. So can you confirm that you were still in a relationship with Shani when you were pursuing Miss Carlson?
Yes, sort of. It's more complicated than that. Life generally is.
All right. So maybe we could just move on to your whereabouts on the night of Dr. Fairfield's death then.
Oh my God, you want my alibi again? Really?
Could you just answer?
If we can
the
just go
sergeant,
through
please?
your whereabouts, please.
Myself, Jack, Anders, and Christoph were in the canteen all that night drinking. Not a good look, but there we were, all together. They've told you that, right? The other three, I mean, they've confirmed that,
And was
right?
anyone not there for any substantial amount of time?
Oh, we did this. Just the time it takes to go piss, that's all.
And you were there the whole time, apart from to go and piss.
Oh my, for Christ's sake, I've had it. Okay, I've got work to do.
Greg, we're not finished with you yet. We've got a few more questions.
No, fuck it. You want to ask me any more? Arrest me. Lock me up. And get me a lawyer. Otherwise, I've got better things to do.
Okay, Mr. Fortin. Mr. Fortin.
He's gone.
Yeah. Okay. All right, what do you want us to do? Mom.
Yes, okay. We've got what we needed.
Okay, understood. Interview terminated at 22:15 GMT on the 26th of June 2023.
Go ad-free and get the full experience. Visit coldtapes.com now.